That one is not an exception. When it began, ladies and gentlemen of the press, we also have to begin to pose some very important questions. When it began, the suggestion was that nothing will be done to this woman. She will not even be prosecuted. She's so connected. She has, excuse my language, she has sex tapes with ministers, with big government officials. She's connected all the way to the very top. That was the initial narrative. We all have to recall that. And the government cannot do anything. Here we are. She's been charged with the severest of offenses. The Attorney General is prayed before the court successfully to secure a remand until the conclusion of the case. That is totally unprecedented. It normally doesn't happen. The court will normally remand an accused person for a period of time, and then on each occasion, the lawyer for the accused persons will reapply for bail, and the judge is allowed to grant bail. On this occasion, at the instance of the Attorney General, the accused person is being remanded until the conclusion of the case. Even if the case was to travel for 5 years, Aisha One will be in prison custody for 5 years. Now, of course, we can't fault public discourse in our country. It's part of a democratic society. It's been shifted a bit that, yes, you've arrested, you prefer charges, you are prosecuted here, but it's a sham of a prosecution. It's supposed to be a facade, a charade. A small screen is just put together to deceive the people, because your national chairman himself is defending them. You asked him to go and defend him. I'm just waiting, by the grace of God, I hope, and I'm not making any prejudicial contributions to this. I'm hoping that when a conviction is secured and the maximum sentence is applied, we'll wait to hear what these other people will say again.
Mr. Jantua. Sir. It's a good fight. This is renewed action, the Galamsey. The president had first put his presidency on the line, so he lost a lot of votes. But now he believes that this is the time, because of the concern that had been raised, continuous pollution of the water. But then this looks like the icing on the cake. Government looks this time to be very serious, especially with Aisha One and the rest of the remedies that have been proffered.
They should put their money where their mouth is.
Which is where?
When the president says, I'm putting my, on the line, what does it mean? Roland, right when you're sitting here, if I say something to you and you don't like it and you tell me, Mr. Jantua, I'm putting my host on the line. What does that mean? Repeat what you said. I'm putting my host. What does it mean?
I'm putting my host on the line.
What does it mean?
It means that barring any circumstances, if I succeed, I remain. If I don't succeed,
you go.
Yes.
That is what it means.
That was what the verdict was in 2020.
Is he still there?
In 2020,
is he still there? It hadn't gotten anything to do with voting.
It's part of it.
No, it's not part of it. Alfred Hackens is part of it.
We lost at the
Galamsey. I have told you that I'm putting my presidency on the line, meaning that if I don't succeed, I'm prepared to step down.
If I don't succeed, sack
you're
me.
heckling him more. The man came in peace.
No,
you said now
if
you
don't
should
succeed,
peace. Now we're doing peace, then you are heckling him. Please go ahead.
It doesn't matter. Let him heckle me as much as he wants. Ahead. What does it mean? Look.
So what I said, the president should resign.
Well, he said it. I didn't say it.
That's not what he said.
He
Don't
said
misconstrue him.
What do you mean? What does that mean? I'm putting my presidency on the line.
That was before 2020.
You say something to me right now, and I tell you, Roland, I'm putting my being here on the line. Say it again, I'll get up and go. Wouldn't I? If you say it again, will I not get up and go? What will the people think? Mr. Jonathan said he's putting his, TV3 on the line. So Roland said he's got up and left.
He didn't leave when the program was
on. So
on.
what does he mean? Explain it to me. What does he mean? Look, these new, they brought in. I don't think that should be what they should do. Look,
the new initiative.
What initiative is it?
He hasn't even listened to it.
I've listened to it.
So come back.
They are going to bring chiefs in. They are going to make sure that MMDC is a part and parcel of the process. Look, we need, what we need, first of all, to fight this thing, we needed the president to speak to Parliament. We needed the president to speak to the judiciary. We need the president to speak to CSOs. We need the president to speak to the media chiefs. Sit down. Let's put a plan together. What's the Marshall Plan? What is the Marshall Plan against Galamsey? Tell me. What's the Marshall Plan? Did he do that? Bring everybody together. And then you go and tell your MDCs, look, I'm telling you, you people in this area, if you do not stem this thing, your job is on the line. Did he do it? What did he go and say? What did he go and tell them? That I won't be able to, what do you call it? And when you finish that, you now declare, and I'm saying because you see, it's people's livelihoods. It's this country. You now declare a curfew in Galamsey areas. I heard the minister say that there are a lot of introspections we need to take on board. It is spoiling our land. It is killing our water bodies. The turbidity of the water, can we drink it? That is the key. And so you need to take drastic action. Tell me the drastic action this government has taken where Galamsey is concerned. So when the what do you call it, Mr. Professor Bafo Ajimendua says that we are hypocrites in this country. It is true. We are hypocrites. We know the cost, but we are not saying anything about it. Don't you think it would have been a good thing if the president said, look, this is what we've heard. One of our own seems to be in this Galamsey thing. We'll call him to book. We've heard, what do you call it? What's his name? The Ashanti Regional Chairman. The Minister of Lands and Mineral Resources has actually said, isn't it ironical, isn't it, excuse my English, stupid, that you take excavators from Akonta Mining and you take it to their site. Evidence. You take it to their site. And then you go and you burn the place down. Evidence. What are you trying to tell us? And you tell us you are serious in sorting Galamsey. They should come again. Because I don't think they are serious enough to sort this Galamsey. For me, the key thing is our water bodies. The key thing is the food. The food that we are going to eat. These are and it is a case of emergency.
The chemical intoxication.
Yes, there should be curfew.
Impact on public health in those areas.
There should be a curfew in Galamsey areas. Our army are not at war. Get the army in there to police that curfew. At least if we have that for a while, we can start putting things together. I mean, I've always said, for the next 5 to 10 years, ban small-scale mining and put the structure in place. The president is scared that, these small-scale miners is a job that they are doing. Create jobs for them. That is what they are scared of doing.
Which job will be more financially rewarding than Galamsey?
Farming. Agriculture.
Seriously?
Yes. Agriculture. Look, countries like the UK and America, go and see what agriculture has done to them. Israel, go and see what agriculture has done. Agriculture would help everybody. And if everybody in this country had an agricultural farm, we won't be getting the prices we are getting. And plenty for food and jobs. It's in there. Everybody should have a farm in their house. It's in there. Who is implementing? So you can bring out the flowery policies. If you don't enforce those flowery policies, you haven't done anything. Please.
So this new initiative and drive is supposed to be complemented by our efforts. Look at the response of Mr. Jantua. It doesn't look cooperative.
You see, Mr. Jantua or Lawyer Jantua or President Jantua, I really don't understand what he really wants from this government. He questions that show us the way, the strategies, the things you've put in place. Then we show you what you are doing, especially with Galamsey, and then you come and tell me that, what you are doing won't work.
But is it or what you are doing, you failed at the first.
So assuming we didn't fail, but assuming that we failed.
You didn't fail?
You see,
there was even a soldier that died in the process.
When you are fighting a cabal, you should always know that
by the time
they would, whether it includes party people or not, they are all Ghanaians. When you are fighting a cabal, NDC people are included, MP people are included, some CP people are included. I'm telling you, they are all Ghanaians. They are included.
What's CP person?
Kamaleba, you are there.
Okay, please go on.
So what I'm saying is
that... So you're saying it's normal?
I'm saying is that they are Ghanaians. They are Ghanaians. Go and see and understand.
Please continue. Continue.
There are Ghanaians who are working there. You are fighting them. Once you are looking at ways of getting them out of their sites, they will also look for new ways of getting in there to do it. So we realize that, listen, it's not the complete banning that will stop. And small-scale mining has been going on since Adam.
So
since Adam. So instead of going
during the period of Adam, when Galamsey was ongoing, we had our river bodies polluted.
We are not as big as this, and there are new technologies that they are using, like the Sinn Féin. People didn't know about Sinn Féin in those days. So
and these Chamfines are outwitting our strong security apparatus and the big policies that we put in place to fight them.
I continue.
Oh, please continue.
Thank you. So when these people bring in their new things, you also have to look for new ways in curbing this. So we said, okay, let's register everybody. Now, when you are registered, they give you your site. They give you a tracking on the excavator. Then they will give you the gold tracker or gold searcher or gold that will let you know where the gold is, and
Detector.
also they will also stop these chemicals. What do you call it? The chemical they are using,
the mercury.
The mercury. So it's supposed to also curb the use of the mercury and all these things that are happening and are affecting our cocoa, our food, and everything, and even the soil. So you see, government is looking for strategic ways in working together to make sure that at the end of it all, you win, I win. It shouldn't be I have won and you have failed. So that is it. Otherwise, you always get a challenge that you need. And that is not what we want to do. We want to have a win-win situation where government has won the fight, and also the people who are doing the small-scale mining or the community mining, as they call it, would also have the chance to do their work in the right manner. And that is also the way where government can be able to get the gold and value it and assess it, because it will get to a time where you send Ghana gold out, and if it's not, if you haven't been given the certification by maybe PMMC or the certified agency, you would not be able to sell it. That is where we want to get to. So let's all work together. It's not an easy fight. It's not a one-day fight. It's an ongoing process. Previously, some ministers gave up, but this minister said, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to fight it and fight it well, and I'm going to make sure that we work together to get it. They've bought speedboats on all the river bodies. They are using helicopters to fly over the forest areas. These are the key areas that they said don't go and do Galamsey. And when they give you your demarcation and you go out of that demarcation, your excavator is destabilized. So until they call you and ask you that, why have you gone out of your demarcation without approval and blah, 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 before they release you to go back into your demarcation. And that is how they are working. So it tells you that every day there's a new idea coming. You have to look at it in a holistic manner that will help people to work. Don't forget that you have over 1 million people working in these small scale or community mining. And it's not everyone that is Galamsey. It's not everyone that is Galamsey.
Some are doing it
illegal.
rightly.
Some are doing it rightly. So why do we because 1 or 2 people are doing the wrong things and they are doing it in a wild manner, we should let the whole community suffer for it. That's why you are involving the chiefs, you are involving MMDCs, you are involving the youth within that area and everything. You involve everybody. So if you sit down in your area and you let them come and do illegal mining, and at the end of the day, you have your wife going to give birth and there's a deformity, you get involved. You see that at the end of the day, you will suffer most.
But at the end of it, it doesn't affect the communities alone. That's the problem.
It does affect the community first before it moves out.
Okay.
And it's going to move into the food and everything that I'm saying. That's why we've got the Dr. Sewa Caroline, to look at the reclamation of the land, how we're going to put things together, how we're going to make sure that all these mercuries and things that are there has been, neutralized and everything. So we are still working hand in hand to make sure that we do this right and do it well.
But Mr. Maleba, for your wrap-up comment, my question then will be, I seem to think that for all the difficulties facing us as a country, whether it's our inability to combat Galamsey or even the economy, but particularly with this, the Galamsey, the blueprint is there. You mine, but you do it sustainably. For those who are unsustainably mining without license, you have regulations, and you have even the bodies that will do enforcement. It's very simple, even though not too simple, but it can be done by a government structure, right? Why are we experiencing failure?
That is why I have said that this whole exercise or this whole attempt to fight Galamsey by this administration is more or less like a concert party.
Oh.
See, way back in my sixth form days when I was doing government, my teacher told me that government can do anything except turning a man into a woman and a woman into a man. If government wants to fight this successfully, it will do it. You have just enumerated how, and the other day I was here. You have 16,000 armed forces.
The strength.
You have 40,000 policemen in this country. And you say, Mr. President, you can't fight.
But they can all not be used for only Galamsey.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. You have a Minerals Commission. You have the Minerals Act that says that nobody should mine in forest reserves. You have a company mining in there. The directors, MD of that company are working freely like me and you. Is that a government that is committed to fighting Galamsey? It's not. So I'm saying that when people are arrested, then you have an attorney general who is an MPP man prosecuting. Then you have a lawyer who is an MPP man defending. And when we want to say, they say, oh, they are doing their law work.
Yeah, but he is doing his law. Is he not? Wouldn't you have taken that case?
Now look at it. Listen to me.
I like that.
Your family, wait. Your family is accused of fingered in the murder of somebody in your village. They arrest somebody. On the day of the court, you are there defending the person. Has that sunk well? Your conscience as a lawyer should also guide you. In this particular one, you have your ministers being fingered. Western region has been fingered. Your deputy minister of lands and forests has been fingered. I'm told the chief who fingered them out he has been attacked yesterday. You heard it. They butchered him. The people they butchered his nephew or his uncle is what is it? Burn his mother's place down. Can you imagine? What kind of country is this? Can you? Criminals are being pointed out and people have gone to attack the man who is blowing the whistle. Then you have all these things happening where your ministers have been fingered. Then, as a lawyer, you go and say, I am defending that person. You heard his last comment yesterday, Freddie Blay. I'm shocked.
What did he say?
He's 70-something years. To say that he will only stop. I hope he didn't say that. I just hope that he didn't say that. That he will only stop defending if Akufo-Addo tells him to stop. What?
Where did you hear that one?
That's on social media. Why?
But social media, they write so many things.
What he's doing is a spit in the face of
what are
lawyers? You would have taken the case.
No,
please. So I'm saying that.
Please.
That's why I said that I'm hoping he didn't say that. Has he counted?
So
has he come out to say it?
Please continue.
So, look, you asked me a direct question as a lawyer. Now let me give you an example.
Please do.
Abu Gapele, I was his lawyer when he was invited to Iyoko.
You mean you accompanied him?
Yes.
Okay. Throughout the
process at that Iyoko.
Throughout.
When the matter was now going to be heard in court, I look at the optics. NDC prosecuting, NDC lawyer being there. This one, I didn't call any senior lawyer to consult. My conscience. Because I have home sense, my native sense, I have it. I have native sense. The way I was brought up, I have native sense.
So you're saying you've been in a similar situation?
I've been in a similar situation. I told Abu Gapele, the optics will not be good. But if you want my services because it is me, I can tell you that I can get you somebody who is equally or even more than me. Yes. I told him. Yes. I gave him Tadio Sorry. Let anybody come and say I'm lying. Abu Gapele is there, Tadio Sorry is there. I did that. But this is a brother. Abu Gapele is a brother. Are you related to the Hanja Shawan? Chinese man, woman? So, it is your conscience as a lawyer. And that time I wasn't even director of legal affairs.
Abu Gapele knew you.
You get my point?
That's why.
So, you would have to see that as a lawyer, your conscience should direct the way you do your practice. This is not a normal case where any lawyer can jump in. This is not such cases. This is not the normal legal cases that a land litigation against somebody, then you just jump in and say, I can defend.
You are saying the issue is sensitive.
Very sensitive. Very and it shouldn't be a government, a lawyer connected to the government who is doing it. You are defeating the purpose for which, particularly, I heard you last week, 2 days ago, or yesterday, being the immediate past chairman when you sat in cabinet to frame these policies. I'm sure he might have taken part in deciding what we should do
Maybe, probably he was even one of those who advised that they should be burning the caterpillars. Probably he did that. Then now you come out and then you are defending people like that. And when we are talking, you say, it's not everything which is legally right
that you do.
That you pursue.
So you're saying
your conscience.
So you're saying that it sends negative signals.
Very negative signals. And that's why people will say that this is a fixed match. Suppose they are able to.
When you do
suppose they are able to
what do you mean by
defend them?
What do you mean by fixed?
No, suppose they are discharged and acquitted and discharged.
But that's in the future.
Suppose they are acquitted and discharged. Which people say
that's a hypothetical.
And these are people who already had their lawyers. So they already had their lawyers. How come that they are now being told to take other lawyers? So please, the fight under this administration is not a fight that I am sure they are committed in fighting it. Why? When he made the chiefs, is Akufo-Addo saying that he didn't know those who were engaged in Galamsey in his party when the monies were brought to him for campaigning?
Which money?
Why? Didn't you hear party in Jessica? Didn't you hear party in Jessica?
So if someone says that, then it means that they brought him.
Didn't you hear party in Jessica?
You mean the video involved?
You
shouldn't be speaking.
So when you have such a situation, you don't go and gather chiefs who have no power. Why?
So you're saying the president knows the people who...
These new measures that you have to now go to the chiefs. When you get a permit, you should go to the chiefs. Haven't they heard that chiefs by themselves, when they weren't told to be checking papers, they themselves give out the land? So now you're empowering them to now be more comfortable doing it. What kind of government is this?
Abraham Amaliba, Director of Legal Affairs, NDC. And thank you for joining us. If you started
when you start, you are also come. If you are going to do what?
You want to wish a friend. Okay, so let me come to you. I'll come to you. And then also Kwame Jantwa, and he is chairman, political affairs, CPP. He's also a lawyer by profession, energy consultant. That one I've known for.
And also the president for CPP.
And then Alfred Thompson.
When they wish a friend, I
is
also wish a friend.
with the government communication team.
Thank you very much. I'm wishing Nanama of University of Cape Coast. Her birthday is today, and I wish her the best. Also, I wish her God's guidance and grace. She should focus and she should believe in whatever she's doing. And at the end of it all, I know that grace will fall upon her. So I wish her well.
I didn't get who you were wishing.
I said Nanama, University of Cape Coast.
Who is she? Is she your daughter?
We're taking a break. We'll be right back. We have more conversations. Remember, Kitchen Wars is on. We have the finals all going to take place. And then we'll have some great conversations right here. Who is what?